Today, we are looking at this controversial topic since ages. Can good exist without evil? Or is goodness truly good if it has never been tested by evil? From ancient philosophy to modern psychology, the timeless question, can good exist without evil, has echoed through the halls of human thought. At the heart of this debate lies the essence of morality itself. Are good and evil eternal opposites, or are they intrinsically linked, each giving the other meaning? In a world where darkness never falls, can we truly recognize the light? This question challenges not only our understanding of ethics, but also our perception of life, love, justice, and human nature. It's more than a philosophical puzzle. It's a mirror held up to society, to faith, and to the soul. In this thought-provoking exploration, we'll peel back the layers of morality and ask the uncomfortable questions. Is evil a necessary condition for good? Can virtue exist without struggle? And if we could eradicate all evil, should we? If you've ever pondered the deeper meaning of good and evil, or questioned the fabric of right and wrong, this journey into moral dualism is for you. Can a flame burn if it has never known darkness? At first glance, the question seems deceptively simple. Of course, good is good, evil is evil. One is to be praised, the other condemned. But peel back the surface, and what you find is far more disturbing. What if the very essence of good relies on the existence of evil to have any meaning at all? Can there be kindness without cruelty, courage without danger, love without the possibility of loss? We often speak of good as a universal ideal, as something that should be self-evident and absolute. But isn't it strange that we only recognize goodness by comparing it to what it isn't? We call someone honest because dishonesty exists. We call a place peaceful because we've seen war. If evil had never entered the picture, would we still be able to recognize what we call good, or would we simply float in moral numbness, mistaking neutrality for virtue? Is goodness meaningless without contrast? Would you admire a hero who never faced a monster? Would their heroism mean anything at all? Imagine a universe where evil is impossible. No violence, no betrayal, no lies. In such a world, if you save a drowning child, is it good or just expected? If you show mercy, is it virtuous or merely inevitable? When we think of moral greatness, figures like Gandhi, Mandela, Malala, we are moved because they rose against something. They chose light in the face of darkness. If that darkness never existed, could their goodness still shine as bright? Do we need evil, not just to recognize good, but to give it narrative, depth, and agency? Or is that a dangerous justification? The paradox of perfection. If no one ever lied, would truth still have power? If no one ever hated, would love still feel sacred? If no one ever failed, would success still matter? In a perfectly moral utopia, would we still be free? Is a world without evil one where we are good, or one where we are merely obedient? And in such a world, would morality be an achievement or a condition, evil as a necessary evil? This is where the controversy sharpens. If we argue that good cannot exist without evil, then are we not also suggesting that evil serves a necessary function? That in some strange metaphysical way, evil is part of the design? Then who or what is responsible for that design? If you believe in a divine being, is that being not also responsible for the evil that defines good? Can a God be wholly good if he allows or even needs evil for his creation to make moral sense? If you're secular, are we then left to believe that morality is entirely contextual, that without a baseline of suffering or harm, our values are arbitrarily shaped by opposition? Is evil the scaffolding of morality, the shadow that carves the contours of ethical light? And if so, should we rage against it or respect it? The danger of accepting evil. Let's not get too comfortable. Accepting the idea that evil is necessary can slide quickly into moral relativism. If we justify the existence of evil because it makes good visible, then where do we draw the line? Are genocide, slavery, or child abuse part of some cosmic balancing act? Who decides which evils are worth it for the sake of contrast? And what of the victims? Are they just sacrificial lambs for someone else's moral enlightenment? Isn't it obscene to imagine that suffering exists simply so someone else can learn to be good? So, then, can good exist without evil? Here's the deeper question. Is good something we do or something we are? If it's something we do, actions in response to situations, then maybe evil is required, because without moral tension, there's no moral action. But if good is something intrinsic, a spiritual or metaphysical essence, then it might stand alone, untethered to any opposite. But here's the twist. How would we know? If we were born into a world without evil, would we know what good is? Would we need to know? Would it matter? Final reflection or provocation? Maybe the real question isn't whether good can exist without evil. Maybe it's this. Would we even recognize or value good if we had never known anything else? And more hauntingly, if we had the power to erase all evil from existence, would we do it? Even if it meant erasing the story of every act of bravery, every ounce of empathy, every hard-won triumph of the human spirit. Would you press that button? And if you wouldn't, what does that say about you? Please leave your comment below.